What if the strange things happening in your life lately aren't random at all, but signs that reality itself is bending toward the frequency you're beginning to emit? What if the quiet moments you've been brushing off, the sudden chills, the vivid dreams, the unexplainable waves of emotion, the coincidences that line up with impossible precision, are actually evidence that your consciousness is shifting and that the quantum field is already responding to your vibration? If you're watching this, right now it isn't chance. Something in you has been awakening quietly, subtly, almost secretly, and even if you haven't been able to put it into words, a deeper part of you has felt it building for weeks, maybe months. A pull, a pressure, a whisper in the background of your mind telling you that something is changing, that something is calling you, that something in your life is aligning in ways your logical mind can't explain. Perhaps you've noticed the signs, the strange synchronicities, the repeated numbers, the unexpected messages arriving at the exact moment you needed them, the way certain people feel suddenly familiar, as if you've known them far longer than this lifetime. Perhaps you've felt waves of emotion rising out of nowhere, grief you never processed, clarity you never asked for, inspiration that feels like it came from someplace beyond your own thoughts. These are not random events. They are signals, responses, feedback loops between your inner frequency and the larger field of consciousness surrounding you. Because whether you've realized it or not, your vibration has changed, and reality reacted before you even noticed. Modern physics is quietly discovering what ancient traditions have known for centuries. Your consciousness interacts with the hidden architecture of reality. Your thoughts send ripples. Your emotions carry electromagnetic weight. Your expectations collapse possibilities into form. Before anything appears in your physical world, it first takes shape in the invisible layers of the campo quantico. You are not just moving through reality. You are co-authoring it through every pulse of your energy, every shift in your perception, every signal you send from your subconscious mind. And lately, those signals have been different, stronger, clearer, more aligned. You may not know exactly why, but your body knows. Your intuition knows. Your inner being has been sensing the change long before your conscious mind caught up. Think of the moments when your intuition spoke louder than usual, when you felt a sudden certainty without knowing where it came from. Think of the nights when your dreams felt more like memories or messages or warnings. Think of the decisions you made recently that felt guided, as if something larger than you nudged your perception just enough for you to notice the path you were meant to follow. These are the subtle signs of a disperter is spiritual, of an expanding conscientia quantica learning to recognize its own power. They are reminders that reality is not fixed. It is responsive, fluid, alive, and it listens to the frequency you broadcast beneath your thoughts. As your awareness stretches beyond the limits of your old identity, the universe adjusts its response. The right people begin to appear. Moments of clarity become more frequent. You start sensing meaning in places you once ignored. And beneath it all, there is that unmistakable pull, gentle yet persistent, drawing you towards something that feels both new and deeply familiar, something that feels like truth, something that feels like home. So if you're hearing this now, understand, you were meant to. You are stepping into a threshold between what you once believed your life was and what your life is becoming. You are tuning into layers of perception that have always been here, waiting for the moment your vibration would rise enough to feel them. And what you are about to understand goes far beyond coincidence, beyond emotion, beyond intuition. It goes into the heart of how the quantum field responds to consciousness, and why your reality has begun to shift in ways you can no longer ignore. Stay with me, because from this moment on, nothing will feel the same. Before we go any deeper into this shift you're experiencing, I want to pause for just a moment and acknowledge something important. If you're still here, listening with this level of presence, it means the message is already resonating with a part of you that's awake, or waking up. And when content like this resonates, it has the power to reach others who are going through the same quiet transformation you are. So before we continue, I want to invite you, calmly, intentionally, to help expand this field we're creating together. If something inside you already recognizes this truth, go ahead and hit the like button, not for me, but so this message can reach more people who genuinely need it right now. And if you feel aligned with the energy of this space, subscribe to the channel, because you didn't find this video by accident. Your consciousness brought you here for a reason, And what comes next in this journey will meet you exactly where you are. Leave a comment if you feel called to share what part of this resonated with you. Your experience may become the mirror someone else needs to see their own awakening more clearly. Now, take a breath, settle into this moment, because from here forward, we go much deeper into the mechanics of what's unfolding inside your reality. And the next part will reveal a layer of this shift most people never even notice. As we move deeper into this, I want you to notice something subtle happening inside you right now. Your awareness is widening. Your perception is sharpening. You're beginning to feel the quiet intelligence behind every shift you've experienced, the gentle pull of your own conscientia quantica guiding you towards something you're finally ready to understand. And to show you just how real this is, let me take you into a story that mirrors what so many people feel when their despertar spiritual begins long before they recognize it. There's a moment no one talks about, the moment when your vibration shifts and reality answers. It rarely arrives with fireworks or dramatic revelations. It begins in silence. She was an ordinary person living an ordinary life, moving through her days with a growing sense of disconnect she couldn't fully articulate. There was a heaviness inside her chest, a strange emptiness that seemed to follow her everywhere she went. At first she ignored it. She told herself she was just tired, that life was just stressful, but the signs kept coming. She started noticing repeated numbers everywhere she looked. 11:11 on the clock, 2:22 on a street sign she never noticed before. Messages appearing at the exact moment she needed them, almost as if the universe had paused just long enough to place them in her path. People she hadn't spoken to in years suddenly reached out with perfect timing. Tiny cracks began forming in her perception, revealing hints of a realidade oculta beneath the surface of her everyday life. She brushed it off until something impossible happened. One night, while sitting alone in her apartment, she had a thought she hadn't allowed herself to feel in years. I need to change my life. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. Just a quiet internal shift. Minutes later, her phone rang. The call brought an opportunity she had never spoken aloud, something she had only held inside her mind's subconscious. In that moment, she felt the unmistakable recognition that the campo quantico had responded to her internal vibration. Her energy frequency aligned with a new timeline, and reality immediately reflected the shift. It wasn't coincidence. It was coherence. Vibrational alignment meeting quantum consciousness. And that's when she realized her life had never been random. Every subtle sign, every emotional wave, every intuitive nudge had been part of a feedback loop between her internal state and the quantum field, responding with absolute precision. Your vibration is an instruction to the universe. Nothing responds faster than reality when your frequency changes. If you've felt something similar, if you've noticed patterns, synchronicities, or inner shifts you can't explain, don't say anything yet. Just stay with me. Let the awareness grow naturally. Because what you're experiencing may be the beginning of your own awakening, your own consciousness expansion, your own entrance into the deeper architecture of quantum reality. And the more you open to it, the more the field reflects exactly who you're becoming. Now breathe, because the next part goes even deeper. And this is where everything begins to shift, because the moment you realize reality is responding, you start to understand something even more profound. The quantum field you've been imagining as something out there, something distant or mystical, is actually responding from inside you. Your own vibrational state, your emotional frequency, your expanding perception are the very mechanisms shaping the experiences unfolding around you. Modern research shows that the human heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, radiating far beyond your physical form. Every shift in that field interacts with the campo quantico, influencing which possibilities collapse into your lived reality. This is not metaphor. It's physics meeting a spiritualidad at the exact point where your life changes. Every emotion you feel sends a signal. Every expectation becomes a frequency selection. Every belief held in your mente subconsciente becomes a pattern projected into the field. The quantum reality you experience isn't chosen by chance. It's chosen by the vibration you carry. What you feel becomes a code. What you think becomes a wave. And your conscientia quantica, the deeper awareness behind your thoughts, becomes the observer that shapes what you call your life. This is why two people can walk through the same circumstance and live completely different realities. Their inner frequency is selecting different versions of the world. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. Your vibration is the signal. Reality is the echo. The story from before wasn't magic or luck, it was resonance. The moment she shifted inside, the outer world shifted with her. Alignment always precedes manifestation. And the more you raise your vibration, the more the field organizes around you with precision, almost as if it's waiting for you to notice the intelligence behind every movement. Imagine your frequency as a lighthouse in a vast ocean of infinite possibilities. Wherever your light points, reality bends itself to meet you. The opportunities aligned with your energy begin to move in your direction. The people who match your new vibration appear without effort. What you're aligned with finds you, not because you chase it, but because your energy becomes a beacon. And maybe you've noticed this too. A sudden change in your mood that shifted the entire tone of your day. An unexpected message arriving at the perfect moment, or a moment of clarity that reorganized everything you thought was fixed. These are not accidents. These are interactions with the quantum field responding to your expanding awareness, your awakening consciousness, your rising frequency. If any part of this is making sense, if it feels like recognition rather than information, I invite you to share where in your life reality has responded to you lately. Your story matters, not just for engagement, but because it strengthens the connection of this community and allows others to see their own awakening reflected back to them. And if you feel aligned with this path, consider liking the video or subscribing. These actions help this message reach those who are silently going through the same transformation and searching for clarity. Stay with me now, because the next layer will reveal how your vibration is already shaping your future in ways you haven't yet realized, and why your awakening is accelerating at this exact moment. And as you stay with this awareness, something even more powerful begins to reveal itself. The shifts you've noticed aren't just reflections of your current state. They are previews of the future your vibration is already creating. Every elevated emotion you allow, every moment of clarity, every step you take toward a higher perception sends ripples into the campo quantico long before anything becomes physical. The quantum field rearranges itself the moment your internal energy changes. Life begins reorganizing in ways that feel too precise to be chance. Synchronicities multiply. The right people show up. Opportunities you once believed were distant begin forming naturally in your path. What once felt impossible slowly becomes inevitable, because your frequency is instructing reality to shift around you. Your vibration is not a feeling, it's a creative force. Long before your rational mind understands what's happening, your energy is shaping timelines, opening doors, dissolving blockages, and calling new experiences toward you. The heart, with its powerful electromagnetic field, becomes a quantum transmitter broadcasting your internal state into a field that responds instantly. This is why a seemingly small internal shift can produce dramatic changes in your external life. A single change in your perception can unconsciously align you with a higher version of yourself, and the quantum field mirrors that alignment with absolute precision. There was someone who lived this truth without even realizing it. For years he carried a subtle heaviness, telling himself nothing significant could change. But one morning, as he stood in front of the mirror, something inside him softened. He didn't make a grand decision. He didn't speak any affirmations. He simply thought, for the first time in years, I'm ready for something better. That tiny shift, that moment of coherence between his conscious desire and his mind subconscient, created a ripple he couldn't see. Within days, he met someone who offered guidance he needed. A message arrived that clarified a path he'd never noticed. A new opportunity appeared from a direction he wasn't even looking. None of it felt forced. None of it felt random. It was the natural unfolding of quantum healing, higher self-connection, and mind power working in perfect harmony. You are manifesting realities before you understand them. Your energy reorganizes possibilities long before your senses catch up. And as your conscientia quantica expands, the delays shrink. Reality responds faster. The field becomes clearer. You begin noticing patterns you would have missed before. You start feeling guided instead of lost. The life that once felt heavy begins to open. You realize you're not walking toward your future. Your future is moving toward you, drawn by the frequency you're broadcasting right now. If you're still here, listening with this level of presence, it's because something inside you knows this is real. A deeper part of you recognizes these movements, even if your logical mind is still catching up. So if this message resonates, if it mirrors something you've been feeling in your own life, I invite you to hit the like button so this video can reach others who are waking up too. And if you feel aligned with this space, consider subscribing to help this community of expanding consciousness grow. Stay close, because the next part reveals why your vibration isn't just responding, it's being called by something much deeper. There's a moment in every awakening when you begin to sense that the changes happening inside you are not just reactions to life, but responses to something calling you forward. And as you sit here listening to this message, you may already feel it, a subtle awareness rising from within, a shift in your perception that tells you the movement inside your energy is not random. It's intentional, it's directed, it's part of a larger pattern you are only now becoming conscious enough to notice. Your vibration isn't just interacting with the world around you, it's being guided by something deeper than thought, something woven into the very structure of the campo quantico that surrounds your existence. When your conscientia expands, reality doesn't simply adjust, it accelerates, reorganizing itself with a precision that feels almost otherworldly. This acceleration is the sign that the hidden architecture of your realidade oculta is responding to the evolution of your frequency. You begin to sense pathways opening that you never saw before. You feel drawn toward conversations, ideas, and experiences that feel strangely familiar, as if you're remembering something instead of learning it. Your mind's subconscious starts releasing old narratives and making space for new awareness. What once felt heavy starts dissolving. What once felt blocked begins to flow. This is the universe activating invisible pathways, aligning your inner world with the expanded reality your vibration is now capable of entering. And the more you allow this process, the more undeniable the guidance becomes. You might have noticed it already. The quiet moments when your intuition speaks louder than your thoughts. The sudden clarity that appears in the middle of an ordinary day. The sense that the timing of events in your life has become too precise to be coincidence. These are moments of alignment between your internal frequency and the intelligent field you are connected to. They are signs that your awakening is no longer something happening in the background. It is moving into the foreground of your perception, revealing layers of consciousness you once dismissed as imagination. The quantum field responds instantly to those who are awake because the coherence in their vibration makes it easier for reality to reflect their true inner state. And as your awareness widens, you begin to feel the pull. Subtle, persistent, unmistakable. It's not anxiety. It's not confusion. It's direction. It's calling. It rises from a deeper layer of your being, from the same energy that has been quietly shaping your path since long before you had the language to describe it. You're not simply responding to the universe. The universe is responding to you because you are finally vibrating at a frequency your soul has been trying to reach. You feel it in the way certain thoughts stay with you, in the way certain feelings refuse to fade, in the way certain possibilities seem to glow in your perception while others fall away. This calling isn't random. It's recognition. It's the higher layers of your conscientia quantica guiding you toward the reality you were always meant to step into. And yet, even in this expansion, there is a mystery you can sense, but not fully name. A deeper truth behind the pull you've been feeling. A reason your awakening has accelerated now, rather than at any other moment in your life. You feel it in the vibration moving through your chest. You sense it in the frequency rising inside your mind's subconscious. You notice it in the strange coherence between your emotions and the events unfolding around you. Something is drawing you forward, nudging you toward a higher alignment, preparing you for a level of awareness that will change the way you understand everything. This is why reality has been responding faster than ever. This is why synchronicities have intensified. This is why your perception has sharpened in ways you can't quite explain, because the real reason you feel something calling you is far deeper than vibration. It comes from a place inside you that remembers your true nature, your true path, your true resonance. And as this remembrance rises, your energy shifts into a frequency that cannot go backward, only forward, only higher, only deeper into the truth of who you are becoming. If you feel this inside you, if you sense the calling, the recognition, the rising clarity, share it in the comments below. Write something simple yet powerful, like, I awaken, I see beyond, or I am expanding. Your words anchor your vibration, connect you with others awakening alongside you, and strengthen the field around this community. Because what comes next will reveal exactly why you've been feeling this pull, and what it's leading you toward. If this message reached you today, don't leave without interacting. Your vibration brought you here. But your decision in this moment shapes where your reality goes next. Share your experience in the comments so others can recognize themselves in your journey. Subscribe if you're ready for the next step of your awakening. And when this video ends, continue your expansion by watching the next one. The real reason you feel like something is calling you. Your awakening is not an accident, and it starts now.